Welcome everyone to our next session. So we will be starting our session in English. So just give us a minute. So let's start with today's session. Today's session is on something called detachment. So I'm assuming that since Kunal has asked me to talk about it, he thinks I know what it is. So I'll try my best. Okay, so let's start. Okay, so let's close our eyes. Connect the tongue to the palate. Inhale slowly, exhale slowly. So the first part about detachment is to detach from our body, to detach from our emotions, and to detach from our thoughts. And this is something that Master Choa has taught us through the soul affirmation. So we're going to do it, and then we're going to talk about detachment in the context of the soul affirmation and other things that perhaps are bothering us. Okay, so let's start. To the Supreme God, Divine Father, Divine Mother, we thank you for your priceless blessings. Divine light, divine love, divine guidance, divine love and mercy, inner healing, physical healing. Thank you for the inner strength to practice regularly. Thank you for your divine help and protection, for illumination, abundance, and prosperity. We thank you. Let's do the soul affirmation. I am that I am. I am not the body. I am not my money. I am not my possessions. I am the soul. I am not my emotions. I am not the thought. My soul creates the emotions and the thoughts. I am the soul. I am a spiritual being of divine intelligence, divine love, and divine power. Even though sometimes I don't feel it, I still am. I am the soul. I am one with my higher soul. I am that I am. I am one with the divine spark within me. I am a child of God. I am connected with God. I am one with God, and I am one with all. This is the truth, regardless of the capacity of the brain to experience the truth. I am that I am. Let's gently open our eyes. So today we're going to talk about detachment. So detachment is of many ways. So one of the things about detachment is, let's just go line by line, so let's go by, financial detachment, for example. So if I am very attached to my money, then what will happen is that any variation in my money will affect my soul, or not affect my soul, but it'll affect my emotions and my thoughts quite a bit. Now the question is, how do I detach from that, right? That's one type of detachment. The other one is detachment to relationships. So suppose, one relationship didn't go very well and I'm still feeling, oh my God, I'm such a failure. Oh my God, that relationship didn't work out. Oh my God, this, and oh my God, that. Okay, so that's also detachment to another person, attachment or detachment to another person. Then of course there is attachment to health. So we also need to be aware that as we grow, certain health issues will come and we have to deal with them with detachment. Okay, so one of the things is that for example, we as healers, when we have clients in front of us and we are telling them, you should do this and you should do that, we also get a reminder ourselves. But also, isn't it easier when you are guiding somebody else? So let's say somebody comes to us for help, right? And we are able to see the situation so much more clearly, and we're like, this guy is taking you for a ride, or this woman is, I don't think she means well, or whatever it is, right? You're able to just distance, somebody else is telling you the situation, and based on your distant vision, you can just give them advice. So why is it that we're not able to do it ourselves? Or why is it that they're not able to do it themselves? That's because they're too close. Okay, if I'm too close to something, then I can't see it properly, in the sense that I can't see the overall perspective. So Detachment comes in when we are distancing ourselves from that person and we're looking at the situation going, okay. So similarly, let's practice that for ourselves, because that's what we're here to do, is to practice detachment for ourselves. Now, detachment does not mean that we are not involved. Okay, that's a very important differentiation. Sometimes people feel detachment means, oh, I don't need to work, I don't need to marry, I don't need to have children, I don't need to take care of things or anything, let whatever is happening in the world happen. That's not detachment. That's just indifference. There is a difference between detachment and indifference. Detachment is when we do what we are needed to do and we step back. Okay, so let's just think about this. So let's say, for example, we have a situation where, what should we say? Like someone is misbehaving. Okay, someone is not being nice to us. So what we can do is we can detach and we can step back and we can be like, okay, why is this person misbehaving with me? What did I do? That's one. And if we are not even willing to look at what did we do, then we are not detached. Okay, so detachment is stepping back from the situation and trying to look at it. So one of the ways that, and I'm not sure who wrote this and where I read it, so I do apologize to the author, but what I understood is that if we can step back and look at our life like a movie, it becomes much easier. Isn't it like sometimes when we watch a movie, we're like looking at the, the hero or the protagonist going, oof, you're being so stupid. Can't you see that she loves you? Or, you were looking at the villain going, that is really stupid, based on the law of karma, you're just being really stupid, right? We can see it, it's the movie is going on the screen and we can see what's happening because we can see the whole picture. But the hero or the villain or the heroine or whatever it is, they can't see it, right? And they're like getting so anxious that, oh my God, oh my God. So why can't we look at our own lives like that? And we can be like, I did that wrong. I did this wrong. Or, I did this right. This worked in this situation. Let me try it again. So that's one form of detachment. The other form of detachment is something that I've started experiencing on and off a little bit now, is that, let's say, for example, I get annoyed with myself and then I'll be like, and then I'll detach and then I'll be like, okay, Sheetal, that was very stupid of you, or whatever it is. Next time, there's no need to get irritated. You can just step back and you can just be like, okay, this person made a mistake. It's fine. They're like that. Okay. So that is also a form of detachment. Sometimes I also find that I've heard of people who will be scolding somebody very loudly, but inside they're very calm. Okay. The reason why they're yelling at this person is because they know that this person will not understand unless they yell. Okay. But inside they're calm. So once we reach that level of awareness that yes, because sometimes when I tell people, don't get angry or don't yell, they're like, but this person is not going to understand if I don't yell. They're right. That person is not going to understand unless you yell. Okay, I got that part. But you can be calm. So you are yelling at this person in a loud voice, but at the same time, your mind is like, okay, there is just no other way, in the sense that I have to, speak to this person in a louder voice. Otherwise, they're not going to understand. That is also detachment. Okay. So there are many ways to practice detachment based on what issue we are having. So in case there's something specific that you want me to talk about, you can just put it in the chat box and I'll try to cover it within the topic. So that's how I see detachment. And also we need to remember that, this physical body, for example, our wealth is going to remain here when we leave the body. We are not taking this with us. But what we will take with us is the generosity that we developed by having this kind of money. So let's say, for example, I have a certain amount of money. The generosity I practice with that money, that I'm going to take with me, because that is a virtue. That is that's a virtue that I've developed. But I'm not going to take the money itself. So it's a good idea to be aware of, where are we all going? Are we saying that you should just give away all your wealth? No, not at all. You need to take care of your wealth. You need to preserve it for your family. You need to take care of things. You can't be indifferent. So, and anytime we have this situation, we need to think, are we being indifferent or are we being detached? And being lazy is not detachment. Okay. Okay. Now let's talk about relationship detachment. So let's say, for example, we had a relationship with somebody and we're not being able to forget that person. So the question is, why are we not able to forgive that person or forget that person? Is it because we have tied our self-worth to this relationship? Is that it? Or was that person really that good? If they were, okay, let's put it this way. If that person was that good, then did you do everything in your power to help that relationship? And if that person was not that good for you, then you just, let go, right? So the detachment comes in from when you zoom out and you look at the two people who are in that relationship, and you look at it like a movie, and you're like, okay, this person did this person did this. It's just like, how at the end of a movie, sometimes you learn a lesson about how to handle relationships, how to not handle relationships. So that's the way I, feel that we should deal with detachment. Now, one of the things, of course, in pranic healing, because we are pranic healers, most of us, is that we can disconnect the cord. So those of us who have done basic pranic healing, you know how to cut cords, and you can cut cords with that person. Sometimes it's also a good idea to do forgiveness with that person if they're bothering you too much. And okay, I didn't understand the question. Okay, yeah, so if there are people who are coming back to us again and again, remember, sometimes it may not be us who are thinking of them. It may be they who are thinking of us also. Okay, so there are two ways to solve this. One is, of course, to call them up if you're in a position to do so, and just ask, like, hey, how are you, or whatever it is. Maybe the relationship won't go back to what it was, but maybe at least the anxiety will go down. Okay, and if you don't want to call them, then just keep cutting cords, and I just find that really works for me. It really works for me. And this detachment that I'm talking about, which is when I'm able to kind of, not always, sometimes I'm able to zoom out and be like, okay, I'm the mother of these two children, and this is how I'm handling them. Okay, maybe I need to make a change there. Maybe I need to make a change there. So what I do sometimes is that I will, instead of looking at myself and my family, I will just put in other figures into that picture, and I will just look at that picture. Sometimes I'll even write it down. Okay, mother said this, child said this, elder son said this, younger son said this. Okay, so then I make a story out of it, and I've kind of detached it from myself. And then I look at the picture, which I've written down, the story I've written down, and then I try to look at it objectively and be like, okay, maybe this is what the mother needs to do, or maybe this is what the son needs to be advised, or something of that sort. Okay, so there are many ways of developing detachment. Now, all of us want to be detached, but we're not able to be. But I can just tell you it's an iterative process. And the most powerful way that I know how to do it is to do the soul affirmation. So if I have a relationship that's bothering me, guess what I say? I am the soul. I am not just the mother of my children. Suppose it's my child who's bothering me, okay, or it's my husband, or it's my mother-in-law, or whatever. Although, God, thanks to Master Chua, none of these people are really bothering me anymore, so I probably shouldn't say that. But anyway, suppose I had that kind of a situation. So I just be like, I am not this relationship. I am not just a mother. I am the soul. I'm just playing the role of a mother. And I'm doing the best I can. Okay? And I keep repeating to myself, like, I am not just a mother. I am the soul. I am not just this role in life. I am the soul. I am not the emotions. I am the soul. And, I would go to the extent of saying that sometimes, even if we do it mechanically, you may find that over time, when you just keep doing it and you keep doing it, this detachment that we're talking about, that will come, that will happen. And it'll happen by repetition. So you just keep repeating to yourself. And especially if we are emotionally upset about something, we just say, I'm not the emotions. I am not these emotions. I am the soul. I'm going to remain calm. I'm going to step back and I'm going to look at this situation. So I think some of my team members have seen this, is that, on my phone, and this is when a time when I was really irritated, or used to be, this is several years ago, I just have like on my phone, how there are reminders. So in your clock function in your phone, you can just write down, I am the soul, I am not the emotions. And for another hour, you can write, I am not the thoughts. So what happens is, every time I'm busy with life and I forget, then the phone just flashes on the screen, I am not the emotions. And then after an hour, my phone will say, I am not the thoughts. And it doesn't ring. It's just a screen display. So it just comes up. So if I see it, I see it. If I don't see it, I don't see it. What that does is gradually over time, like every hour, I'm being reminded through my phone, which is a good use of my phone, that I am not the emotions, I am not the thought, I am the soul. So these are just things, self reminders, because who's going to remind us every hour, right? That, to do the soul affirmation. And we may not always want to do the entire soul affirmation every day, every hour. So just do one little part and just see if it works for you. Like, it has really worked for me. So I would try. Okay. And if you're getting attached to money, then perhaps you also need to say, I am not my wealth. I am the soul. Okay. The wealth is there to help me do what I need to do. Of course, learning your lesson with that particular issue is also really important. So if you have not learned the lesson of valuing wealth, so I've seen for a lot of people who sometimes claim about not having enough money, is that they have perhaps not valued whatever their parents did give them. So just think about that. Did we or did we not value what our parents did give us? Maybe they couldn't give us everything that we wanted, but did they give us some of what they could give us? So, learning to value money is also a good way to detach from it. I know it sounds kind of paradoxical, but I would just say try it. And once you try it, I think it'll become clearer. Because, some of these things are just experiential. I can talk a lot about detachment, but it's just something that when it happens to you, it happens. And when it happens, you will learn the joy of life. Okay, I'm not saying I'm joyful 24 hours a day, but yes, I am joyful more than I was before. And the number of hours that I'm able to remain joyful or not get irritated, or I get irritated and I'm like, okay, I'm the soul, I'm not this irritation. What did I learn from this irritation? I just learned that this affects me this way. Okay, fine, got it. End of discussion. Okay, so it's a good idea to talk to yourself, not all the time, but just talk to yourself and detach. And detachment is not uninvolvement. So if you're just not doing anything for your family, saying I'm detached, I'm sorry, that's not done. Being lazy is not detachment. Sorry. With our hands raised in blessing position, let's visualize a situation that has been bothering us. Let's do a practice of detachment. So raise your hands in blessing position, or you can just keep them in your lap like this. Just visualize the situation in front of you that we'd like to disassociate from, something that we did or something that happens very often. Okay, now just zoom out. You have your hands in blessing position, the earth is in front of you, and you're this one little speck on the planet Earth. Now look at the planet Earth. The planet Earth is spinning on its axis, spinning around the sun. Just be aware of this beautiful vision of the entire solar system moving peacefully along in their own path. Every single day, every single year, the solar system and all the planets are moving around the sun. The solar system is moving around the Vishnu Nabhi as a part of the galaxy. So we have zoomed out, right? In this zoomed out state, how important is the issue that we are dealing with? Can we detach ourselves from our little problems and just be aware of the wonder of this universe, of the planet, of the sun rotating around the entire galaxy along with the disk of stars? I am that I am. I am not the body. So in a couple of seconds, we have zoomed out. We have made our own aura so big that we can see the galaxy. How big are we? Really big, right? So can the spiritual being of divine intelligence, divine power, zoom back in? And now, instead of entering your body entirely, just hover around it, hover around your home. Don't enter it yet. And just look at the situation that you're dealing with. See all the people who are involved. Look at the drama of life taking place. Let's take a few minutes and just observe. Who is doing what? Who is saying what? What are we thinking? And in this zoomed out situation, so we are hovering around our home and we're just looking at all the participants in the home. Now in this state, I would like us to think, I am not the body. I am not the emotions. I am not the thoughts. I am the soul. I, the soul, I'm a being of divine intelligence. So with our intelligence, let's observe all the parties involved in this transaction, in this situation, and let us see who needs to do what. And more than other people, let's focus on ourselves. What do we need to do? I am a being of divine love. Let's project love onto this entire situation, to all the people that are involved. Let's project love, open our heart, open our crown, project and pink energy from our hands and let it go to this entire home, all the people in this home, all the people in this situation. So I am a being of divine love. I am also a being of divine power. The power to be in my body, the power to zoom out and bless the earth, the power to zoom out and view the entire solar system, the entire galaxy, and zoom back in. I am a being of divine power. I am the soul. Make a mental note of what we want to do about the situation that we are in. If we don't know what we want to do, that's also okay, but let's just zoom out of the situation and look at it. Once we practice looking at the situation from afar several times, we may find that it becomes easier for us to understand what needs to be done. Okay, so try that and let's see what happens, whether we are able to build the practice of detachment. Ultimately, it's a practice, just like how we practice driving a car, learning how to paint, learning how to write, learning how to walk. Similarly, detachment is a practice. We keep practicing, and one day it just happens. It'll happen gradually, but one day you will realize, oh, I did it for 1 second a day. Oh, I did it in this situation. And then gradually it'll become a habit where you can probably do it all the time and move higher and higher into soul consciousness. How do you feel? Was it useful to understand the practice?
Yes, excellent.
Yeah,
Yes.
it was amazing.
It was really amazing.
Really.
Okay. Do you think we'll all be able to practice this a little bit?
Yeah, surely.
मैम आपके सारे सेशन बहुत अच्छे होते हैं.
I hope so. I hope I remain worthy of that compliment.
You make us so light, You make us feel so light.
Thank you.
Feeling very relaxed and very light.
Awesome session conducted by you. Thank you.
Thank you for the
I'm
opportunity.
feeling at peace, Sheetal. Thank you.
Really very good.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. So thanks to everyone here.
I fall off to sleep.
We can all thank Kunal for the topic because it was his idea. So and of course to Priya for the exercises and for Devapriya for conducting the meditation right before this, also in Bengali. Okay, so let's go. Yeah, so for those of us who would like to repeat the session, it will be on YouTube. You can also subscribe so that, whenever the video goes up, that way you'll get a notification. And you can also share it with other people who are having, issues with detachment. What I find sometimes is that it's just easier to send somebody a link of a video or something like that instead of lecturing them directly. So you could try that and see if, it helps some more people. So thank you so much, and we'll see you soon. And once again, thanks to Kunal for the topic, to Priya for the exercises, and Devapriya for conducting the meditation in Bengali before this. Okay, so thank you and see you soon. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.